My Taropist is now in session. Hi, Cancer friends. My name is Jessica. I am the owner of My Taropist. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. It is time for another My Taropist session. This is my signature spread where we take a look at your mental energy, your mental energy first, then your interpersonal relationships, what's bothering or distressing you, if anything, and then your emotional energy. And at the end, if we have time, we'll get advice or take a look at the predictive outcome depending on what comes up in your reading, friend. So just go ahead, get comfy. I am all comfy in my hoodie, my purple hoodie to match my Taropist t-shirt. Okay. And I've got my lime water, not lemon. I ran out of lemons, but refreshing. Make sure you have a beverage. And let's get into it, shall we? I've already shuffled your energy into this deck, so I am now going to ask you to do me this little favor, friend. This is what I call an energy connect, where I connect with your energy. Take a look into my eyes on whatever, I'm a little tongue-tied tonight, y'all. I need to tune up my throat chakra or something. On whatever device or screen you're watching from, and take a deep breath with me. Ready? And okay, friends. Now let's split the deck toward you. I'm going to give you a little teeny pre-shuffle message before we get into the actual spread. So hang in there. Not all messages are going to resonate with all Cancers because this is a general reading. So keep that in mind. But my hope and prayer every time I'm prepared to do a reading for you all is that there's at least one message that's going to resonate for you specifically. So please do watch until the end, friend. I really appreciate it. If any of these messages do resonate for you, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. First and foremost, hit that notification bell so you know every time I upload a new video. And then, of course, like the video, comment, let me know how it resonates, share with your other Cancer friends, all that good stuff. Okay, so what you guys got was the Nine of Wands in reverse. Now, the whole deck, now I don't do reversals, but I had to call it out because of the fact that this deck, all the cards are meant to be upright, but for some reason when I flipped it over, after I split the deck, everything was in reverse. So, I feel like though what this indicates is that some of you are releasing some old burdens. For some of you, because underneath that we have Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Some of you may actually even be making amends with somebody, particularly if there is a Queen of Pentacles in your life, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It doesn't have to be female. It could be male or female. Gender does not really matter so much in the tarot. Queen of Pentacles tends to be a little bit more of, I see her as more of like a little bit of a nurturing energy than the King of Pentacles. More sort of mothering, nurturing, that sort of thing. But also can be a businesswoman, businessman. Again, gender doesn't matter. I'm sorry. My cat, Mr. Bojangles, is already causing some issues here. He's feeling a little frisky tonight, you guys. Some of you really like when Bo shows up in my readings, and some people, I think probably it's a distraction, but I love him dearly. So underneath this Queen of Cups and Queen of Pentacles is the Two of Swords, the Three of Swords. So, and the Emperor. That's what I was feeling, Ace of Pentacles. So I do feel like for a lot of you, there was somebody that you might have I think love and money might have both been involved, or something to do with that earth energy, home, family, money, career, anything practical or grounded, or objects, things that you might possess or own. I got a King of Wands and the Fool underneath that. So I feel like some of you at one point, I feel like this, for some of you, this is a situation that might have been going on for a while is what it looks like. I feel like there was a lack of reciprocity in a situation that some of you might have been dealing with another individual, someone that you could have been attracted to. There may have been like a romantic attraction or a sexual attraction. For others of you, this is just with regard to business, and this could be like a boss or something like that. But I'm reading this more of like either a romance or a friendship or some kind of interpersonal connection. When we get to the interpersonal connection part of your reading, hopefully it will make this a lot more clear. This may come up again, but I feel like there was a situation where there was sort of a lack of reciprocity. Someone might have been a little bit in and out. I feel like someone might have been serving their own self-interest. For others of you, or maybe the same group, okay, like this person, this individual, you may have had a situation where some truth was revealed, some truth came to light. Maybe you're being juggled with another person. For some of you, I'm getting some third party energy. It could have had to do with someone's inability to make a decision about something one way or the other. Again, this person, there's literally kind of a wishy-washy, in and out, flaky, sort of breadcrumby kind of an energy here. And I feel like, but there was also a sense of like somebody being emotionally closed off. And if it's not emotional, it could be just someone, communication might have been like hot and cold. Someone might have been like on fire, like communicating a lot. All things seem to be going great with this individual. And if this is work, like take it like that. Like maybe you've been having issues with work. Maybe people at work not communicating very well. Maybe your boss has been a little bit fickle, like in and out. Maybe they've been taking one too many vacations lately or something like that, and like stuck you with work, and it's a little frustrating or something to do with that. But I'm feeling, again, this feels more interpersonal for majority of you. Okay. I feel like though, there was a situation where this may have even ended at one point completely. Like someone might have walked away here, or refused somebody else to reciprocate someone else's feelings or love, or someone might have actually left a situation. Someone came back to apologize and try to make amends, and the other person was just like, nah, I'm not having it. They didn't return. They didn't meet that apology with forgiveness or something like that to have a fresh start, a new beginning. And so I feel like for one person involved in this scenario, this could be you or your other person, there was a lot of stress and anxiety and sort of sleepless nights over this, or someone up late just thinking about it, like really wanting to have this new beginning here, really wanting to kind of get things moving forward again. But I feel like there was this sense of heartbreak. Now, if this was a third party situation, I feel like somebody made a decision to end one part of this third party scenario, whatever that third party was. It's not always a person. Sometimes it's like for example, if you're juggling more than one job and you can't give one all the attention it deserves because you got this other thing going on, and this may be some people's situation, then it's like they decided, okay, I'm going to end that. I'm going to do what is in my best interest. And for some of you, this could be your scenario. Like you might have had to drop a job or an opportunity to follow your heart or to follow the money. For some of you, it's following your heart. For some of you, it's making a decision to follow the money. And for some of you, it's really like both. Like you're finding a way to kind of balance work and with what you love and are passionate about. Do you know what I'm saying? You're able to kind of find a way to marry the two. But I do feel like somebody has potentially made a decision to walk away from one situation if there was a third party. And the reason I'm saying this is because I see the Emperor, I see the Three of Swords, and I see the Two of Swords. So I feel like if you're dealing with, especially for my divine feminine energies, if you were in a third party situation, here's your energy, Cancer, the Queen of Cups. If you were dealing with an individual who was juggling you with another person, Three of Swords, and maybe that truth came out, it hurts your heart, okay? But this person, I feel like, has made a decision to end one of these connections because I feel like they're releasing some old wound. I feel like one of these connections, if there was a third party and that was another person, one of these connections had a lot of baggage attached to it. So I feel like there's a situation here where someone is releasing these old wounds in order to come forward. Now, this could be this person just deciding like they don't want to have any more heartbreak with you, that they want to start things new. Like they might have been really anxious before to offer some level of like commitment here or to have a new beginning. But I feel like they've made a decision to end the heartbreak here that they were causing you, because they do see you as being loving and abundant here, and capable, secure, standing on your own 2 feet. I feel like also very emotionally balanced and mature, able to be emotionally expressive, but also able to withhold when you need to. You know what I mean? This is somebody who, this is a person, an individual, and I'm speaking about you. I'm feeling this is you primarily here. Like, you've come to this place where I feel like you, Cancer, are able to really contain your emotions in a very healthy, grounded, practical way. You are very nurturing, you are very loving, but you're also able to, you have high EQ, right? Your emotional intelligence is kind of off the charts here, friends. Like, you understand how to really, like, there's wisdom about your emotional self, you know? I feel like you've learned from lessons from the past, and I feel like you're now able to release old wounds and old baggage and stuff that used to hurt you so much in the past. I feel like you've made a decision to really level up and not let that affect you as much as it used to. Those heartbreaks, those, you know, painful situations, you're able to very quickly, I feel like, make decisions to release it, let go, and move forward in your life. Okay, so I know that was kind of a little bit all over the place and a lot of messages, my friends, but I hope that resonated for you. Okay, something in there anyways resonated for you. Yeah, I do feel like you're releasing old wounds from the past. And in particular, like I said, if it has to do with an other person, either they're releasing whatever was the third party energy or whatever it was that was heartbreaking, that was causing problems and situations between your connection with them. And for others, it's like you are learning to really release and let go of old baggage, old wounds, particularly if it is with regard to another person. Again, I have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. I'm hearing forgive and forget. Like, you're finally able to not only forgive, but forget the past and move forward. Now, we never really forget, right, you guys? But it's more of like energetically, you're releasing that. You're being the bigger person here. Again, I have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. I have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I have Aries, more Taurus here as well. And also I have down here a more Aries energy, Leo, Sagittarius energy too. Okay, so yeah, I feel like there is somebody very much though that does want to have a new beginning, a fresh start with you, but I feel like they maybe have a little bit of fear about what truth was revealed or about baggage from the past, ways that they know that maybe they have hurt you before. It feels like more than once. All right, let's get into it. What is going on in the mental energy of my Cancerian friends? Oops, like half the deck fell out. Okay, well, at least the cards are wanting to talk tonight, you guys. Or spirits wanting to talk through them. Let's go. What is going on in the mental energy of my Cancerian friends? The energy is a little, I'm not going to lie, you guys, it's a little bit interesting tonight. It feels kind of heavy. Not in a bad way, just, okay, interesting. Okay, let's light this candle. I didn't have incense going, but I'm going to light a candle for y'all. So you got the Four of Cups, is what flipped out for you guys. I did see a Five of Swords kind of wanting to peek its little head in there too. So some of you might be feeling a little bit upset about a fight that you might have had, maybe with more than one person, but kind of maybe some disagreement, some strifes that may be going on again with within your interpersonal life. And I feel like, this is very similar to your pre-shuffle message. So Four of Cups is what came out for you. I feel like this is what happened. I do feel like you walked away from a situation. Once again, I feel like a truth came out. Like someone, I feel like for some of you, I've got Taurus here again. I've got Aries here again. I have water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio also. But I do feel like there's a situation where maybe some of first of all, it could have been somebody trying to come visit you, or you trying to manifest communication with somebody, maybe hopeful for trying to manifest a higher level of commitment with somebody in the past. But I feel like they were juggling you. Maybe they were too busy or they had a lot of things on their plate. Some sort of a truth came out, some sort of communication came out, and either you had to make a decision about something that you were trying to manifest. For some of you, this might have been about a trip or travel, but I feel like this is communication for a lot of you, okay? And it was like, there was a situation where I feel like you left a situation after some kind of truth was revealed or some sort of communication, or you had to make a decision, like I said, to walk away from a situation. Maybe you felt like you were being juggled. Maybe you felt like someone had priorities that were more important than you, or you're really just trying to, at this time, for others of you, if this isn't about a person, I feel like some of you are trying to really manifest a new beginning elsewhere. There's two different things I'm getting here, okay? If this is about a person that you walked away from because the situation was just not serving your highest good, it's like, I feel like this person might have come back to apologize, but I feel like there's a part of you that didn't really trust this apology. Okay, it's sort of like you're in this energy of like, I don't know if I want to hear that right now. Like Page of Cups to Four of Cups. I don't know if I want to hear your apology right now. I don't know if I'm really ready to accept it, or it's like, I hear you, but I'm still going to pull back my energy from you at this time because, again, this is your mental energy. Because I feel like in your mental headspace, you already had kind of moved on from that, or you kind of were trying to release it. I feel like some of you, are just in this place where you're kind of trying to withdraw in order to make sure, for some of you, I feel like you're trying to avoid going into a situation where you're going to mentally be in kind of a messed up place, where you're going to be sad, you're going to be depressed, you're going to be anxious. Because I feel like a lot of you were really trying to clear your mental energy in this season. A lot of you maybe did have a lot on your mind, that you were juggling a lot of things going on in your lives. And I think some of you made a decision like, I'm going to nurture myself. I'm going to work on my mental health. I'm going to be kind and good to myself and leave any situations that are just bringing me down. Five of Cups, okay? Any situations that are bringing me down. For some of you, you were juggling like work, family, relationship. Like you had a lot of things that were going on. For some of you, you might have felt like you were kind of having to stand your ground against different ones in your life. For some of you, this is maybe coworkers. For some of you, this is family. For some of you, this is someone you might have been in a higher level of commitment with. Like spiritually, I feel like you guys were having to be really strong and stand your ground, because I feel like there were energies around you that were really kind of trying to keep you locked up in this fear space inside, in your mind and in your spirit. Like they were trying to kind of block you in and keep you feeling trapped and stuck in an old way, an old part of yourself or old way of being. And it's sort of like you had to really stand your ground and defend yourself. Maybe defend your choices with regard to work, or with regard to who you had feelings for or were in a relationship with. Like it's all different things. But I feel like a lot of you guys have been feeling like it's time for some change in your life. It's time for you to really stand your ground and focus on yourself, your goals, your dreams moving forward, and to walk away from anything that's not emotionally serving you. And I think that what's happening is you're kind of in this place where you're kind of like, no, la, 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 like mentally, like, I'm not trying to hear any of you right now. I'm trying to move away. I'm trying to get away from anything that is trying to bring me down. Like I refuse to be, tied down and let down. I feel like some of you are really trying to manifest a new beginning elsewhere, but I feel like there's a lot of external influence that is kind of trying to keep you stuck. For a lot of you, though, I do believe this is somebody who did try to come and offer you an apology, and you were kind of like, it's not like you didn't receive it, but either you didn't fully trust it, or you're kind of taking your time to accept the apology, if that makes sense. Please clarify this Four of Cups is what's going on in my Cancerian's mental headspace. I do feel like a lot of you, though, are feeling maybe a little bit disappointed in this season. I'm not saying like full-on depression. It's sort of like you might be feeling a little bit like stuck, disenchanted, not happy with the options that are presenting themselves to you. It's sort of like I feel like some of you know deep down that there is something else better out there for you, but you're not seeing it yet. All you're seeing is kind of like what's around you, and what's around you just doesn't seem satisfying or enough. You know what I mean? It's not enough. There's more, like, you're dissatisfied. Basically, I already said that. So let's see. Please clarify this Four of Cups. I see Judgment and Knight of Swords wanted to come out, but Four of Cups, please. I feel like, yeah, okay. Empress came out to clarify this Four of Cups. Some of you might be kind of at a distance from your mother right now, and by distance I don't mean necessarily physically, but energetically, emotionally, maybe not feeling as connected. Underneath that, you got the Star card, the Devil. Some of you, and the King of Pentacles, some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn, an Aquarius, Taurus, or Virgo. I have double Taurus, I have double Capricorn, and I have Aquarius here. Knight of Wands. Also could be dealing with Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Yeah, again, I feel like there was an argument or strife or fight. It could be some of you it's with family. Some of you, I think this is also about someone that you were in a higher level of commitment with, maybe as well. It could be a father figure or a boss. But I feel like right now there's this energy of conflict that you're feeling within yourself, and you're kind of really wanting to, sorry, my Mr. Bo. I feel like, you know, some of you are dealing with a toxic boss. That's for some of you. But I feel like some of you, it's like you're really ready. Like I said, you're really ready, I feel like, to release and overcome anything that is toxic in your energy. Some of you, it's been a toxic, like, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person that you've been dealing with, or Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn with, like, toxic tendencies. Maybe sometimes their communication is very harsh or strong or controlling, you know, where you feel sort of energetically, I feel like, still tied and bound to this person, but at the same time, you know that it's not a healthy connection that you feel toward them. And I feel like some of you are really trying to heal from that energy. Some of you have been in conflict with somebody that has been maybe in and out of your lives, you know, energetically or physically. Maybe communication's been hot and cold. Maybe it's been very fiery, passionate, but then also very, like, fiery, passionate in, like, not the good way. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing, like, heated arguments and someone who is kind of toxic and controlling. And I feel like you guys, again, like I said before, you're pulling your energy away from anything that isn't serving you, because you're trying to keep, I feel like, your mental health in check and in balance. And that means that you have to pull away when you start to see shit hit the fan, you know? It's like, this is not good for me. It's time for me to move it along, and pull back into myself and work on my own healing, my own abundance, and to know my own strength and my own worth. For others of you, again, I feel like it's that you're very dissatisfied with where you're at right now in your lives. And in your head, in your mind, you're really imagining and hoping and dreaming for something bigger and better. It's like, I feel like some of you have some very large goals. Maybe you're entrepreneurs, maybe you are work in entertainment or something like that, where, you know, you see yourself having some kind of a platform here. For some of you, your dreams is like, you might want to have a child. For others of you, not for everybody, but it's like, or you want to be in a higher level of commitment with somebody that is going to actually treat you the way that you deserve and what you're worth. It could be all of those things. For some of you, it's just like one or two, right? But with a Star card, I feel like you guys are really, like, again, anything right now that just doesn't seem like it's up to snuff. Like, it's just not anything right now that feels like you deserve, like, it's like you're knowing your worth and you're not settling for less in this season with this energy, right? You're not settling for anything less than what you know that you deserve, right? And so you're starting to understand and recognize your own abundance, your own ability to create abundance, to manifest abundance. And I feel like you're really, again, healing from anything in the past that has been toxic, that has, you know, been draining your energy. Anyone that's been toxic, like, has that exhibited toxic behaviors, that's been draining your energy, that's been fickle, that, you know, it's just like you're kind of leveling up in your mental headspace, and you're very quickly making decisions to pull away from anything that's not serving you well, friends. That's not making you feel good, you know? All right. Sorry, that was so long. I'll try to keep the others shorter. Let's go on to what is going on in my Cancerians interpersonal. Oh, okay. So some of you are perhaps dealing with a mother wound in your interpersonal relationship. I don't know. Some of you are not getting along that great with your mother, or you feel like your mother may have caused some injuries to you, hurt you, wounded you in some way, with this Nine of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, especially if like you're dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn mother. But for others of you, this could also be someone that you are in a higher level of commitment with. It could be the mother of your children. It could be your boyfriend, girlfriend. Again, like Queen and King of Pentacles to me feel is like a committed person. So this could be a boss for some of you, okay? Could also be businesswoman, businessman. Underneath that, we have the Queen of Cups and the Two of Swords. Let me clarify each of these cards. Hi, Bo. Hi, friends. He's just all snuggly right now. And some of you, it could just be like with your interpersonal, you might have dealt with a lot of, you're pulling this wounded warrior energy when it comes to relationships. Now, this could be looking back at your childhood and looking back at like your parents' marriage. The baggage could go back that far, but for others of you, this is just like you feeling like you've been getting the short end of the stick. I'm feeling like for some of you when it comes to committed relationships, it's like either you've been pulling, bad partner cards, where it's like, this really, Spirit, this is my person, like what? Or it's like you've been wounded in when it comes to relationships. And I feel like, you're kind of guarding your heart in this season right now is what I feel like. Some of you are just really guarding your heart because your heart space, and you're being very careful who you give your heart to, because right now I feel like some of you are just like kind of looking back at your past relationships and you're sort of like, or even your current one if you're in one currently, and you're sort of like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? Like some of you I feel like are getting a wake up call looking at both your mental and your interpersonal. It's like you're getting this wake up call of like, I have really been settling for less than I deserve. I feel like some of you are really recognizing your worth here, your abundance, that you are very nurturing, you are very loving, you are very capable of giving, you are very mature and grounded and stable. And you're like, why am I pulling instability cards, toxic cards, fuck boy cards, fuck girl cards? Why am I pulling, baggage cards? Like, I did not sign up for this. I think some of you are really starting to realize that you just deserve better. And good for you, Cancers. Good for you, because we tend to, as Cancers, I know, like, give and give and give, and stay in situations that no longer are serving us and are really not good for and healthy for us for way longer than we should be, right? So good for you if you're finally coming to this realization. Please clarify this Queen of Pentacles as what's going on in the interpersonal relationships of my Cancers. Yeah, that's what I thought. Exactly. Oh, friends. All right. I don't even need to clarify more. This is like, so to clarify, the Queen of Pentacles is the Six of Wands. So it's like, again, you're recognizing your worth. You're really finally, I think, standing up for yourselves and realizing I deserve better. I feel like for some of you, you're finally speaking your truth when it comes to other people. Your intuition is telling you when you're being fed some bullshit. Your intuition, High Priestess, Seven of Swords, your intuition is telling you when someone is not being honest, when they're lying, when they're cheating, when they're deceiving, when they're trying to get one up on you and acting like the cat that caught the canary, when they're being hot and cold with your emotions and your feelings because, maybe they're confused and don't know what they want and they're looking at other options, okay? And it's like, like your intuition is screaming at you, something in the milk ain't clean. And at the same time that you're coming to this realization of like, I'm trusting my intuition now more quickly. I'm on point with it. I know when it's time to pull out and pull out and run, whatever, you know what I'm saying, you guys, okay? But yeah, it's like you're realizing your worth, you're getting your confidence back, and I think you're really starting to understand that you've been pulling the short end of the stick, and more likely it's like you are allowing that that energy into your life. You've been allowing this to occur. I'm not saying you asked for it. I'm just saying you entertained it longer than you should have. You know what I'm saying, friend? But now I think you know better, so you're doing better and you're listening to your intuition. You know when something is amiss. Please clarify this Nine of Wands. I said I didn't need to clarify anymore, but here I go. Please clarify this Nine of Wands for the interpersonal relationships of my Cancerian friends. What have they been dealing with? What is this Nine of Wands energy about? What is this Nine of Wands energy about for my Cancers? See? Yeah, you guys are coming to a major awakening and life lesson here. You got the Star and the Devil. So again, I feel like you're healing right now from some toxic connections that you've had. The King of Pentacles is on the bottom of that, as is the Knight of Wands. So you could be dealing with you could have been dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn that was like fickle in and out of your life. Maybe this was like a very sexually charged connection, especially with the Six of Wands and now the Devil here and the Knight of Wands. This person you could have been having a lot of fights with this person, maybe on and on fights. Maybe again, this person I feel like was very hot and cold, in and out. They'd pull their energy away. There's a lot of fond memories, and I think that the fond memories in this connection is what really kept you in this connection for longer than it should have, because there were good times I see here in the past, and I think you were kind of holding on to those, hoping that you would have more of them in the future. But I feel like it was kind of a lie. I feel like you were fed. For some of you, you might have been dealing with a straight up narcissistic individual, someone with actual NPD, because I'm seeing like future faking here. If you know what future faking is, a narcissist with an NPD individual, individual who has cluster B personality disorder, particularly NPD. Future faking is something that they do in the beginning of a connection or a relationship, where they make you all these false promises, or they present, about the future of the connection, give you ideas in your head, even if they don't say it overtly, but make you think that there's potential for a future with them that's going to be happy, make you think like, oh, this person could be my soulmate, and all these sorts of things. And it's really just a manipulation to kind of get you sucked in, hoovered into this connection, until you start to realize like, oh no, that was a lie. This person isn't who they presented themselves to be. But sometimes it's hard to disassociate and detach from those connections, because they were built on this false foundation and this false sense of self. And so you kind of keep going back to remembering what that person was like in the beginning, how they presented themselves to you when they were trying to like lure you in. And then you realize like it's hard to really like let go of that, because you're like so married to the idea or the ideal of what that person was, or what you thought they were, who you thought they were. And so when the mask comes off, even though you're presented with the truth and the reality of who this individual is, you're still like, it's very hard to release from that version of them that you were presented with in the beginning. And so it's like, but I always feel like you guys, people always tend to drop hints. There's always like, if you listen really carefully, the mask does slip, it does slip. And if you can just see those little cracks or that little slippage, if you can catch it, friend, don't allow your, whatever fantasy you want to believe in your mind, or whatever other things that you're being fed, to make you blind to those moments. Those are the moments you really need to be paying attention to. And the thing is with that, High Priestess, Seven of Swords, I think your intuition, I don't think that's your intuition's been lying to you, or you feel like your intuition's lying. I think it's like your intuition is now helping you to sniff out and smell out when you're being fed some bullshit. And so with this energy, the Star and the Devil clarifying this Nine of Wands, it's like, yes, I feel like you've been through some shit. Like you've been through some toxic connections or been presented with somebody or somebodies in the past, and with regard to relationships that you've been in. Now we got the King of Pentacles bottom of the deck, Queen of Pentacles here. So that is a perfect pair. So I do feel like this is you assessing, like, again, higher levels of commitment that you've been in. And regardless of whether it was like if I'm talking about someone you've been with, okay, it doesn't have to be like, you're like, well, my person and I weren't really fully committed. Well, it doesn't have to necessarily be that, okay? It could just be that you were in a connection with somebody that was very toxic. And I feel like for a lot of you, this has been more than one. Again, I feel like you're having this awakening overall, and you're starting to heal from that with this star energy. And I think you're really starting to heal yourselves now, heal these old wounds, and you're really ready to move toward the future, knowing your worth and your value now, and really wishing for and hoping for what is going to be the real deal, what's going to be what you really deserve, you know? Someone who is solid and stable and grounded, who's not going to be wishy-washy and in and out, who's not going to be toxic, okay? For some of you, this is healing a past connection, especially seeing that this King of Pentacles is here and then the Queen of Pentacles down here. For some of you, this could be somebody trying to come back around to you or you to them in order to make an effort to heal whatever was toxic from the past. And I'm saying that also because of that other message I saw earlier with the Page of Cups. And it did look like somebody was trying to come back after an ending to heal things, to make amends. Some of you could also be dealing with an Aquarius. But I do feel like either which way, it's like, if that is the case, you understand your value and your worth now, and I don't think it's going to be so easy. You're not going to make it so easy this time, okay? All right, what is bothering or distressing my Cancerian friends at this time? Thank you, Spirit. Good for you, Cancers, though, for getting a backbone here and understanding that you're not dealing with no shit, no more. What is bothering or distressing my Cancerian friends at this time? Okay. Oh, could be family situation. Whew. All right. 10 of Cups is what you got for what's bothering or distressing you. Bottom of the deck, Hierophant. Underneath that, 5 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands. Good Lord. I feel like for some of you, this could be family. For some of you, this could be job. Again, more Taurus energy. Some of you definitely dealing with a Taurus. Could be Saggy. These also could be placements in your chart, friends. 10 of Cups, more water energy. Again, you could be dealing. There's lots of water energy in this reading as well. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Pentacle energy. Again, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yeah, Aquarius, like I said. Saggy, like I said. So, you guys, I feel like I'm going to need to clarify. Some of you, this could be, some of you could be dealing with the loss of a parent, particularly if it's a father, or some wounds or hurts. Maybe, again, like I said, some of you might be dealing with a mother wound. Some of you could also be dealing with a father wound, trying to heal that, trying to rebuild from that. Some of you are setting boundaries or having to set some very firm boundaries with people in your lives that, again, I feel like there are some people in your lives that are trying to prevent you from really moving forward and healing, okay? Eight of Swords, Temperance, and 7 of Wands. Now, I feel like, again, you're having to really stand your ground because I feel like you're trying to heal mentally, emotionally, some old fears, some old wounds, some old baggage. And I feel like a lot of you are really like ready for this change. Like deep down, you feel like change is coming. But for some of you, you're kind of reverting back to some of your old Cancerian ways, which is kind of staying stuck and stagnant. There's like this energy of like this push pull of like, there's a part of you that really is trying to manifest something new. I feel like for some of you that's elsewhere, who's really prepared for change. Who's really prepared, who really wants, especially this for some of you, this comes to career, like maybe you have a new career pursuit endeavors. For some of you, this is like starting a business or something to that end. And it's sort of like there are those some fears that I feel like there's in this season, for some weird ass reason, some old fears, some old wounds, some old shit that I felt like you thought maybe that you had healed from and you had moved on past is starting to kind of percolate and is trying to keep you again in this more stuck and stagnant place where you're becoming change averse. You might have gone through this season where you were feeling like on fire. Maybe it was like during Leo season in the summer, like where you were like so excited about your future and setting goals and plans and things like that. and you were really excited about potential changes that were getting ready to occur. Maybe you started to see little inklings of that. You were starting to build some things with this Three of Pentacles energy, starting to work on some of those dreams and goals that you saw. But then at the same time, I feel like something happened, like you might have had some disappointments. They may have been work disappointments, things that didn't come to fruition for some, or maybe a false start for others. Maybe, again, if you were starting to build a business, maybe there were some setbacks with regard to that for some of you, okay? Maybe it was the loss of a job, or, maybe some problems at work with like a boss. And again, for others of you, this is about family. But either way, it's sort of like, it also could be like you might have some spiritual work to do, okay? Maybe you need to, for some of you, I feel like you really need to get back in touch with your spirituality and really focus and work on that and building your spirit back up. But I feel like some of you definitely had some losses and some disappointments and some false starts. And I feel like for some of you, this might have had to do with other outside external sources, maybe people who just weren't catching your vision, who weren't really feeling your vibe, friends, you know what I mean? Maybe some people were speaking against what you were doing. Maybe you had opportunities that you were hoping for, and other people were just like, nope, shut it down, do you know? And it's sort of like, I feel like in this, what's bothering you, I'm going to clarify. Now, for some of you, again, this is a loss of a relative that you might be experiencing right now that is causing you some sadness and some grief in this season. And if that's the case, friends, I'm really, really sorry. I just got that message for in the Scorpio birthday reading. So if this is a loss of a relative, particularly if it was like a parental figure, yeah, I feel that for some of you. I really empathize with that, with your pain, and I hope that you're doing okay and doing better, friends. For some of you, some of those people that weren't catching your vision could have been relatives. For some of you, this is disappointment. Like just sometimes I have to read it straight up literally. For some of you, you could have been in a relationship with a Taurus that ended, or there was some sort of sadness or disappointment or loss with regard to that. Or it could have been like you had a lot of love for this person and maybe they hurt you. I just have to sometimes be really literate with the cards, because sometimes that is the message. Please clarify this Ten of Cups is what's bothering or distressing my Cancers. Please clarify. I read intuitively, but sometimes sometimes the actual literal interpretation is the one. So it's good to give all the messages out when it's a general. All right. Please clarify this Ten of Cups for my, what's bothering or distressing my Cancerian friends. Some of you could be missing family or missing a father figure or a relative in this season as well. Okay. King of Pentacles, though. King of Pentacles to clarify. So yeah, I do feel like for some of you, some of you are definitely dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn that you have a lot of love for. Okay. And I feel like it's maybe that love is not reciprocated. It could be a father, it could be a boss, okay? It could be like your dream job is elsewhere, Knight of Wands, but you're maybe running up against some conflict in an effort to get there. But for others of you, I do feel like this is you either missing a relative, missing a loved one, particularly if this is like a father figure or a relative that you're maybe at a distance from. Maybe you want to visit this person or they want to visit you. But I also do feel like a lot of you are kind of still a little bit nostalgic for the past, particularly if this, some of you are very nostalgic for the past right now. You're kind of going through a sort of an internal conflict, maybe about whether you should come towards somebody and communicate with them, or hopeful that they'll come toward you, maybe in an effort to fix an argument or fight that you guys were in. And maybe there's each of you kind of pulled away from each other in this season. Maybe this person, just their energy was very immature. Maybe the way that they communicated was very immature. It caused some strife and it caused you to be a little bit guarded in this season. But at the same time, I feel like you do miss them and you do want to come toward them, or you want them to come toward you. But I think your intuition is like a little bit on guard here, because there's been some lying, some deceiving, some deception in the past. And I feel like you're not sure if you can really trust them or trust it. For some of you, this is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. For some of you, this could also be another Cancer. For some of you, this is Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. What's going on in the mental energy of my Cancerians? Did I say mental? I meant emotional energy. Yeah, so some of you are definitely waiting for communication, for someone to come and communicate to bring balance back to a situation. For some of you, this is you wanting to communicate with a relative, with family. Again, missing family for some. Wanting to go visit family for some of you. Especially, like, I'm feeling like for some of you, if you are going through a season right now where you are kind of pulling your energy back and you're protecting yourself, for some of you, family is where home is, where the heart is where what I'm feeling. For some of you, it is going to bring you comfort. Some of you, I feel like, are at odds with family or have some of the strife and things that I'm picking up on in this reading, and toxicity might have to do with the family. But I feel like there's a whole other group of Cancers where it's like your family is what brings you a sense of groundedness, of nurturing, of love, of stability, of harmony. And I feel like you're wanting to go to that place that brings you that. Okay, so take it as it resonates for you, friend. I do feel like very much I'm feeling this like polarizing energy within me. It's like I feel like there's one group that's over here, and then there's this other group that's over here. So whichever group, pick a side. Whatever side is your side, friend, go there. But either which way, I do feel like you guys are going through a lot of healing in this season. Four of Swords, Judgment, again, I feel like healing old wounds, old parts of yourself. I feel like some of you are shedding layers, and that may be a little bit painful, because I feel like, again, like I said before, that some of you were in a place, and I'm feeling like maybe summertime, it feels like you were feeling really good. Maybe your energy was up. You were very hopeful about your futures. But I feel like something between like Leo season and Scorpio season, maybe in Libra season, there was some sort of a setback of sorts. And I feel like you're kind of now in this place, maybe like it happened during Virgo and between like Virgo and Libra season. I don't know. You let me know in the comments, you guys. But like, I feel like something happened where maybe you repeated a past mistake or reverted back to an old way of thinking or got back into some old habits. I'm hearing old habits die hard, and it's kind of got you back in this like sort of stuck place. But I see you crawling your way out of it. I see you really trying to heal and really coming to terms with and making a judgment call and deciding like, no, I'm not going to go back to that stuck place. I'm not going to go back to that energy. I really want to work on healing myself and releasing those old patterns, those old wounds, those old behaviors, whatever it is. Okay, for some of you it's people, because you got the Five of Pentacles in your emotional energy. So some of you could be feeling, again, I'm feeling like dealing with some emotional issues, maybe feeling, overcoming or healing from a sense of unworthiness, of not being good enough, of not having enough. For some of you, it's a lack mentality that you're dealing with, or a feeling of lack and low self-worth. For others of you, you could literally be, and I know this is emotional energy, but it could be an emotional wound. Like, again, if you've ever struggled or dealt with depression, anxiety, any mental health issues, I feel like you're really trying to overcome and heal from those right now, my friends. For some of you, you might be getting back on medications or doing other things. For some of you, it's like physical, maybe you're exercising or doing, I'm feeling like walks in nature or something like that, or resting, sleeping, drinking water. For some, I'm seeing this Cup in the Star card, to try to like really build yourselves back up from the inside out. So it's like that physical work that you're doing in the 3D to really heal yourself in the 5D, but also just to heal yourself in your entire emotional space. Okay. Maybe some of you are doing yoga, breath work. I don't know what all y'all are doing. but I feel like some of you are really working on trying to heal yourself emotionally. I don't feel like a lot of you are in a really terrible place. I feel like what you're doing is preventative, because it's like you're recognizing you quickly have made a decision, like, I'm not, like, you're fighting for your health here. You're fighting for your mental, emotional health in this season. I see that very strongly. You're fighting for it. You're fighting for it, and you're trying to, you really want to have harmony and balance in your life. You really want to have abundance in your life. Like, you're determined to have it, and you're making a decision to do what is going to serve you best in your emotional space, and release any old wounds and old hurt and old pain, and moving forward and taking steps, actionable steps in order to prevent yourself from slipping back, I think, into a really, like, darker place. Okay. Bo, just knock the cards over. Why don't you? All right, sorry. Hold on one second. Bo, you knock the cards over, babes. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. We're about at the end of this reading anyway. Let's see if I can get some advice for you guys before we close this out. But yeah, if you're feeling, just keep remembering who you are and what you deserve and what your worth is. I don't like this Five of Pentacles. Some of you, again, I feel like this could be like you might be feeling like not your best selves physically, which could be affecting your emotional space. Whether that be actual illness or ailment or something like that, but it could also be, or injury or wound or something, but, it could also be like, you're not feeling like you're up to snuff. Like, maybe part of the dreams and goals that you're trying to manifest, like, you might not feel like you have it financially, or you might feel like it's outside of your grasp because you're not deserving or worthy of it. But I don't think so. I think you are. I just think it's like that's why I think you're working on this healing, because you're like, oh no, we're not going back there. We're not going to go into self-pity mode. Okay. Sorry, I didn't even ask the question when I was going to get advice for you. Okay, what advice do we have for my Cancerian friends? And then we'll close out this reading. This was way longer than I intended it to be, but that's okay. You deserve it, Cancer. All right, advice. Okay. So listen, you guys have options out there, okay? I think you guys need to really break through, keep working hard to break through this glass ceiling. And by glass ceiling, I don't mean in the way that it's typically meant. It's when I look at this Seven of Cups in this particular deck, it's like she is breaking through, and yeah, it looks a little bloody, I'm not gonna lie, but she's breaking through. I feel like the delusions, the illusions, the things that you see, like the glass breaking there, and like her kind of freeing herself from those illusions, delusions, whatever. And for me, for you guys, based on this reading and this being your advice, it's like, yes, break free from whatever it is that you feel like is confining you, that's putting you in this energy where you're feeling not good enough, not worthy enough, or where you're not able to see how I can manifest these dreams, how I can make these things come true for myself. It's like, I know I deserve better than what I've been getting, but I'm not seeing how to get the better. And I feel like if you can just break through and realize it's closer than you realize, because underneath that, the Lovers and the Two of Cups. So if this is about you re-examining what you've been settling for and accepting when it comes to love and romance and commitment and relationships, it's like God wants you to know, like, y'all, you're not seeing the fact that your soulmate, your perfect pair, your match here, the Lovers, the Two of Cups, is really right around the corner for you. I feel like it's right there. The perfect partner for you, that simpatico person, is coming slowly. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Queen of Swords underneath that could be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. But Ten of Swords underneath that, and Strength. You guys are overcoming these painful endings. I feel like some of you have had some very painful endings in your life, especially when it comes to your interpersonal relationships. But you're getting the strength to overcome that. You're starting to see things clearly, I feel like, and to get hope after an ending, after painful endings, multiple ones, and realizing, like, realizing with this Queen of Swords energy that you deserve better, realizing like when to cut things out, when to cut and run. Like I said before, when to pull out and run. That's not what I meant, but when to cut and run. Like you're realizing when to cut things out of your life that are not serving you, what to accept, what not to accept. Like she knows like when to put an end to something that's not healthy, that's not good for her, because she's strong, okay? And she's using her logical reasoning mind, okay? She's not being, as Cancerians, we tend to be very guided by our emotions, sometimes to our own detriment, but she's very logical, she's sound, and she knows what she's worth and what she deserves, and she's ready to cut a motherfucker out if he's not stepping up to the plate, or she's not stepping up to the plate. So I do feel like this advice is be patient, because again, could be coming in slowly, not so quickly, but you realize that you do have options, and there is better for you. There is something that is perfect for you, okay? And I feel like for those of you who are feeling the sense of confusion or emotional distress in this season, to know that harmony and balance is going to be brought back into your emotional space as well, friends. And I feel like that is as you continue to again not settle for less than what you deserve, okay? Make sure you communicate clearly what your needs are and what it is that you expect and what you want as well, and what you're not willing to put up with, okay? All right, my Cancerian friends. Wow, it's been a doozy. I'm sending you all so much love. Thank you so much for watching this reading. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that like button if this reading did resonate for you or any of these messages did. And I'm wishing you the best until your next My Taropist session. Cheers to you. Thank you for being here. And don't forget to book a session with a real therapist. Bye, friends.